Outlander camper. Putting the seats back in the Outlander. By taking them out, we had so much more volume and storage space. Here's a side shot of all the extra space we got by removing those seats on our trip. Start by taking these back off. So I've kept all these plastics together just in a box, and I've exposed the electric folding seats. In my previous video I said that they were an airbag, but they're not. There are curtain airbags in this Outlander, and it turned out it was the electric folding seat. So that's what that was for. It's a little switch, and there's one on this side. So I've got the single seat, and we want these two pins to go into this hole and that one, and then these are the screw holes. So right now that's just sitting in by the pins, and I'm going to put those two screws in, 2 bolts. I'm not sure what the torque spec is, so I just absolutely sent it, and next I'll put that plug back in. This is the shape, and that's the male, so it's going to go in that way. That clipped in nicely, very easy. I won't do these plastics up yet, I'll wait towards the end. So I'm going to pull this tab, and the seat comes down. I clicked it into the bottom there and pull it back to its upright position. The single seat is now sitting nicely, but we know we've got 2 more bolts to put on, as well as the plastics. And these won't line up unless you've got downward force onto them. So I ended up sitting on the seat and then having to push that down while pushing the bolt in, and then just got my wrench, and again I don't have the torque specs, so just absolutely sent it. Now that that's in, time for the second seat. So just like last time, here's pin 1 and pin 2. That's going to go into this hole and then into that hole, and there's my footwear. I've locked this into the vertical position, and I've also pushed this up into the vertical position. So I'm going to roll this forward now, and it should just fall into those pinholes. Oh, that's a heavy seat. If you can, get someone to lift it with you. But they're sitting ready for that bolt to drop in. Same with this one. Try not to break the styrofoam. Really look after it. And then I'll be plugging this back in just like the last seat, and plugging it in like that. That easy. Okay, again sent it to the moon with tension. And that's a 14mm. All these bolts are 14mm, and that's in. So I'll pull this tab to make the seat come back and lock down into those 2 areas. Push down on it. Apologies, it's a bit hard to do it with one hand, but now, same as last time, that's going to be the hard one. So I'm going to sit on the seat and push that down. You can't see the flex in that to make that line up, and that one will just slot right in. So 2 more bolts and this seat will be in. This was the hardest bolt out of all of them. You can put your foot onto here and push that whole thing down, and then line that up, and make sure you line it up, don't just bury it in there, and tighten it up. And this one's pretty easy. So they're all in, all the seats are bolted in. Now it's just time for the plastics. We'll start here because it's pretty major. You're just getting this back and playing around with it until it clips in. I'm even going to rock the seat back forward again. So it's all pushed in and clipped in. These are our plugs from earlier. They're going to go back in. I'm not stoked with how that's fitting, but I'll come back to it after the video. This one is going to sit up and then go on. So it's going to come on from the top, then fits like a glove, and pushing that down And I've got a screw. I've got a screw that's going to go in there. Learned something real quick. Left hand, right hand. So I was putting the wrong side on. So screwed that in. Put the plastics back on the passenger side. That just clips back down. Plug in. There's some good clips around here which really pushes this down. And then just grab your hand and push down in other areas and you'll find those remaining clips. This piece is on again, the right hand side. Good to know. These are the remaining plastics, but I'm not going to put them in because I'm taking the back seats out again for another holiday soon, so I'll just store them away. So that's how you put your back seats back in. If you want to learn how to take them out, check out my channel and I've got a video on that. I've also got a video on this platform here as well that we use for camping.